welcome back. We're looking out here with the Tioga Sky Cam. Plenty of clouds starting to develop across the area. They're moving down mainly from northwest to southeast. That's the direction that we're primarily looking at for that front to roll in. It's going to bring in a few pop-up thunderstorms later on in the afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're still sitting at 80s in a few locations in Steuben County, 81 Canisteo and 82 in Corning. Further to the south, 79 Tioga and Mansfield, 77 for Ridgebury. Up to the north there, 76 in Watkins Glen. Same goes for Erin, 77 Penyan and 75 in Ithaca here this afternoon. Seeing some places get up into those low 80s. It's a good landing spot for a good chunk of us. 80s and 70s across the area. Not really too much deviation even as you head further to the north and east and in parts of the northern tier. But certainly look for your temperatures to get up close to 80 today, if not just a few degrees either above or below. Looking right now, not too much happening here. A few showers just starting to form there to the north of Dansville, but still seeing just some dotted clouds throughout the area. More are starting to develop, so that's a good sign that we're going to start to see at least some rain coming in, probably in by the next hour. But right now we remain dry, at least here in the short term. There's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the entire states of Maine and New Hampshire, and there are a couple of warnings up there in New England, but for the most part, things remain quiet for the moment in the Empire State. We'll still be watching to see how this potential severe event does shape out. Most of the area under a marginal risk of severe weather, so these storms could pack some localized downpours, damaging winds, and areas in around Towanda and just to the east of Towanda under that slight risk. So if those storms start to train further eastward and develop, potentially picking up some steam, so Towanda and areas to the east could see some more intense thunderstorms later on as the day carries on. But we can see here by around 2 p.m. models indicating that you are seeing some storms develop up here around Prattsburg, Penyan, Watkins Glen, Ithaca, and then they start to move down to the southeast. They move through parts of Tioga County, impacting places like Spencer, Sayre, Owego, Appalachian, and then they really start to descend on the Binghamton area. But after that, they're out of the region not very long after they spin up. We get into the evening, it's quiet, then you go into Friday. Very much going to be some mostly sunny skies, very little cloud cover for the 4th of July, and that trend continuing into the weekend. In terms of how much rain we're getting from this system, really not too much, maybe around 1/10 of an inch in spots, even lower for most of us out there. We're not really going to see too high of rainfall amounts unless you get a localized downpour. As for the 4th of July, 80 degrees, mostly sunny, picturesque conditions expected here as we head into the holiday weekend. Speaking of, you got temperatures in the 80s all weekend. So after we get through a day of thunderstorms, we're going to have a very warm weekend with temperatures starting to blossom up into the 90s by Sunday. But more storms are on the way just in time for next week. You got temperatures up into the upper 80s on Monday, sticking to the low 80s for Tuesday and Wednesday. But as you can see, some rain could get us started for next week.